Days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, right at you. You give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.
Someone said joy alone is not going to get us there, but it's a start. If we could start in joy, if we could start in peace and love, if we could start there foundationally, anything that comes next can only be good, right?
Exactly. Rather than starting with hate and fear, which is what we've been swimming in. That's what the Republican Party has been leading with for years. And we ain't hear people say, well, fear won't do the job. No one comes out to say that. Fear is not no one comes out to say that. Why? Because the American way is racist, sexist, and they're just doing the dominant discourse. And it's so dominant that people don't even recognize that they're accepting some ugliness.
Amen. Amen.
But the moment you give some joy, here we go with all of our questions and things to poke.
So there was this guy on Twitter, because, you know, Wendell Pierce, our favorite person from The Wire. We love him. He's Jack Ryan, and now he's in Elsbeth. We love him. We love Wendell Pierce. We love him for Louisiana, the grocery store that he headed up, and how he loves his people. So he was at the conference being interviewed and talking about his support of Kamala Harris. And somebody on Twitter named Delano Squires said, after seeing Wendell Pierce at the DNC, this is what he said. He said, "Can you explain why black men should vote for the party of pride and abortion, defunding the police and disarming law-abiding citizens, opposing school choice, and supporting open borders without identity politics or emotional manipulation? Thanks." And Pierce responded, but these are the talking points. Abortion, this is the party of abortion. They want everybody to kill babies. This is the party of those gay people. They want to defund the police and leave us unsafe. They want to open the borders and just let immigrants run free, even though the strongest border control law that was going to be passed was stopped in the House. It passed in the Senate because Donald Trump told the House, which is run by the Republicans and Mike Johnson, to not sign off on it. Biden was going to sign it into law. Told him not to, because it would hurt his campaign. So they don't really want border control. Or Trump had 4 years to build a wall. It doesn't take that long to build a wall. Hell, the bridge fell in Maryland, is back up. They found they were able to build another pathway in Maryland after the bridge, and that wasn't a whole year. Okay, so either his government was inept, Trump, because that was his main thing, to keep them people out. That didn't happen under him. As a matter of fact, more deportations happened under Biden. Those are facts, by the way. That you yourself can look up. So Wendell Pierce, being the man that he is, said, "Mr. Squires," and he was very respectful, "Mr. Squires, yes, I'm asking black men to vote for a party that accepts everyone with pride, supporting police and holding them accountable, support of public school education without siphoning funds away to private schools, and banning assault weapons. Those policies are in the best interest of the common good and the best interest of black men. We also support women making their decisions about their reproductive health. Independence and self-determination is the American aesthetic." And I just want to say this, because I feel like there's been a lot of commentary around black men not voting for Kamala Harris. And I've also fallen victim of the narrative, the media narrative. And I had to remind myself, it's sexy. It's a sexy topic. But here's the reality. Black people make up 12 to 15% of the total electorate. 12 to 15% of the total electorate. Black men make up half of that. Let's say they make up half of that. They make up less than half, because we're talking about eligible voters, people who are registered, right? So that's, I'm going to say it's 5%, but it's probably closer to 3. Okay. 80% of black men are going to vote for Kamala Harris, period. But let's say only 70% vote for her. It's been as high as 85% that typically vote Democrat. So let's say this time, 80% voted for Hillary Clinton. Why would Kamala Harris get less than what Hillary Clinton got? 80% of black men voted for Hillary Clinton. So let's say it's the same or less. We're talking about maybe 2% of the total electorate. 2%. We're having a conversation about 2%. We fighting about 2%. So 54% of white women, they make the largest electorate, the largest demographic in our electorate are white women. 54% of them voted for Trump. If only 51% vote for Trump, she wins in a landslide. If all the black men voted all the black men voted for Trump, and just 51% of white women, Kamala Harris, the numbers are the numbers, right? Yeah. So I'm not saying we absolutely need black men, but we're focusing and making them the villain as if they're the reason why Hillary lost. They're not. It's white women. White women are the reason why Hillary Clinton lost the presidency the first time. It wasn't black men, because every black man could have voted for her and she still would have lost because 54% of white women betrayed their entire gender. Okay.
It's so important that you said make them the villain, because that is exactly why those stories always get traction. They always get traction because we're going to set things up to where if it doesn't go the way people think, then we can say that this is what it was about, because all of this energy went toward that story and not toward the things that could really change things. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm going to make it my business to never again do black men ain't voting for. It doesn't matter. At this point, any black man that's not voting for her, good, go with God. 2%. And that's all. Like, let's keep our eye on the ball, because that's a distraction that only leads to more further division within our community, which is the goal, which is why as far back as World War I, they were targeting black people. The Nazis targeted black people in World War II. Before that, they targeted black. The Renaissance was the Russians targeting black people. They always target us. Why? Because we are the fulcrum. Yeah. We are the source, but we're not the cause. We're not the problem. So I'm not going to make us the problem, and we shouldn't keep parroting these narratives about us. We're not going to do that, at least here.
Exactly. And the other thing I'll add to that is, as I think about what's so important about these coming weeks before the election, the reason it's important not to have that focus is because there's so much positive that we should be focusing on to make sure that we keep this momentum going, because taking for granted that she's going to win is also a danger. So it's better for us to just focus on what are the coalitions that I'm helping to contribute to. We got white dudes, white women, black women, we got comedians, we got Republicans, we need to continue to be like chefs. I mean, all of that. And so we are celebrating our diversity at the same time that we're working in coalition. And that's where all of our energy needs to go, because this needs to be decisive. It needs to be like nothing we have seen before in terms of turnout. And I, for one, am saying to myself, in ways that I never have before, having those conversations with my family in Texas is what's going to be on my agenda between now and Election Day. I'm going to go hard and be in people's faces about that in a way that I never have, because I think that this effort requires us all to do something we've never done before.
Ashe. Seeing those people, those senior living people in Florida, I was like, what's it called? The villages? Thing? The villages, the people in the villages. I was like, yes, the golf cart people. Yeah, they rarely it's a thing. It's a thing.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you. You give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.